Adam, why the decision to go walk through today as opposed to a practice?
We've been going pretty hard. The guys have really been working some pretty extreme temperatures at practice, and nobody said anything and just kept working. I had some guys banged up, probably fairly tired being towards the end of really last day of training camp, and just thought it was a good chance for us to get work in, but at the same time, kind of rest them up a little bit, get them out of the heat, just so we can kind of freshen up a little bit for a game on Thursday.
I have a question about the 2 days. One, confirmation that Jay Cutler will be a go on Thursday, and second, is the status of Jay Ajayi?
Yeah, I think right now everything looks like Jay's going to go, and Cutler is going to mess me up. And then Ajayi, I'm still kind of thinking about it. We'll see.
I think there's a decision having back out of the protocol.
Oh, it's been good. I think he was excited to get back out there, and the things that he likes to work on, especially at this time of the year, the passing game. He's always want to do more. So I mean, losing, he lost a lot of reps with the amount of time he missed. So I know that's one of his things. He wants to get out there and keep working on that.
What's your reservation about playing Ajayi?
Well, I think we got him slated down for 500 carries right now, so we want to limit those. But we play that position. I mean, and you're, used how we use him. We just needed him to be ready for the regular season, and everybody kind of understands the drill with him.
Does the way you use him in training camp change because of the injury?
No, I don't see it like that. I think it's just more of I want to see where we're at health-wise, and what's best for him. We've kind of discussed what our plan was going into it, and now I'm just trying to figure out, are we good enough? Does he feel good enough for us to do that?
How's he looking?
He looks fine. He looks good to me. I mean, he's been, he's executing really well, and we just want to keep giving him reps just so he can really have the whole offense down.
Can you let us know on Pouncey, Urbic, James, which guys are likely or unlikely?
I haven't even, tonight's the night that I do that, so I'll have more of an idea. I haven't talked to Pouncey yet. I'm avoiding him.
What do you feel like can be accomplished for you?
Well, it hasn't been easy. We've had a lot of guys banged up, and young guys have had to step up, that's kind of what we have to do. We've had some things happen that were unforeseen, but that's the NFL, and guys have kept plugging along and kept finding ways to get better, and I've really liked how our guys have been locked in, and they haven't been distracted by anything that's happened outside the building. They've done a good job of having that bunker mentality and focusing on the things they can control, and that's what we just have to keep doing. Moving forward, just worry about what you can control.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Training camp you're going over a lot of the stuff that you've already taught them in OTAs and in mini camps and so forth. So is one of the measures of the success of training camp whether you can stay healthy or not?
I mean, it's just an unpredictable factor of the game. I mean, a lot of the injuries we're having are things that you can't control. We haven't had a ton of soft tissue injuries, which really that's the biggest thing you're preparing for. And a lot of our injuries have been, ACLs, biceps, things that it's part of football. I mean, it's the worst part of it, but there's nothing that you really can do to prevent it. You do everything you can physically in the weight room and try to prepare yourself and try to schedule practice right and not fatigue your guys to the point where their bodies are breaking down. But at the end of the day, training camp's meant to be hard. It's meant to harden you up. It's meant to get you in condition. So you're not going to prevent everything.
Adam, what has Werner shown you, and what kind of camp has Bobby McCain had?
I thought Bobby's had a really good camp. He's done a good job. You can tell he's so much more comfortable than he was last year. He's really has a great feel for exactly his job. I think he's been very tight on coverage. It's been really tough to complete any balls in the slot. And then as far as Burner goes, I mean, for him to just jump in here and start competing the way he's competed has been very impressive. He has fit in really well with us, and I guess I didn't really know how good outside he was until I've really seen him out here. He really has impressed me, being able to play corner as well as he had. He's really tight in coverage, and he's got his hands on balls, and being able to slide inside. I mean, the value is, it's high. I mean, it's just tough to find guys like this.
I've seen some NFL coaches saying that they think that they actually get more out of joint practices than even some preseason games. What do you see as the great potential benefits of the Philly trip?
Yeah, because you're in practice, but there's a game feel to it, and it's very competitive. And really, the hardest thing is just to keep everybody focused on what they need to do in practice to get better, because they do know there's no flags. You're not going to get ejected from the game or fined, and that's where it can get kind of messy and guys get in fights. And if you can keep your guys focused on what you're trying to do, it's great competition. It's fun for guys to go against somebody different instead of hitting their teammates, or they're going against a different team and different style of ball. And like for us, we're gonna be doing Philly's practice schedule, and just for our guys to kind of have a different sense of what we do compared to what they do. And it's nothing but good experience when you get to do these joint practices.
Do you kind of like ask their coach ahead of time, like if it's happened already or like in the near future here, like, hey, I'd really like to run these drills a few times?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask that. When I had my discussions with Doug, I was like, you tell us what you want to do, and that's what we're going to do. Because we're going to them. I always kind of looked at it as, we're there, we're going to do what they do, and it's easy for us to adjust. And if somebody was coming here, probably more than likely we'd be using our practice schedule.
Do you tell them specifically these are the things that we would like to work on or get achieved, and you have sort of...
We all kind of do the same. It's very close to the same stuff. Everybody's working on the same things, especially third week of preseason, and you're working on almost like game plan-ish type stuff. So you're getting those situations in, and so there was nothing missing. If there was something missing, I'd have just asked, hey, have you guys done this before? Or is there any interest in working on this? And they, usually you can make some kind of compromise there or change something around. But I mean, for what they do, it kind of matches up to everything we do.
Do you have a connection with Doug beyond being fellow coaches?
I mean, I've known him for a good amount of time. We were in the same division there for a while. So, I think I'm trying to remember when I met him, but I mean, I've known him for a while.
How live do you think you guys might go?
No, we'll just be doing like normal practice.
One for the second preseason game, what are some of the things you'll be looking for from your team?
Well, it'll just be good to get that first group out there for a little longer time, and see if we can get something going. And that's why it's kind of nice that we're playing Baltimore. It's another tough opponent, a lot of good players. They're going to be ready to go. I mean, Coach Harbaugh always has his crew ready to go very early, and they're going to be looking to work on certain things. And for us to be able to play them, that's good for our guys.
Coach, with the offensive line, Jamon Bushrock was the only starter that played last week. How much more of the first team do you think you're going to get out there today? I mean, on Thursday, and what do you hope to see from them?
Yeah, once again, I'm still trying to kind of figure out who's going to be available, but we should have more than what we had last week with that starting group, and it's just kind of getting those guys out there and getting rolling and see if we can, create some holes, and then see if we can get some kind of rhythm in the passing game and get some series get some drives under our belt. And it's just kind of still the starting point for us. So we got a lot of time here between 3 preseason games. So we just got to keep getting everybody healthy and get them back out there, and hopefully by the time we reach the regular season, we've played together a little bit.
How was Julius Thomas in camp for you, and how prepared is he to offer something in the offense once games begin?
I feel like his camp's been about what it's always been, I guess, since I've been with him. And just kind of about, you know, matchups for him. You know, if he can get the right one, he gets on a safety or a linebacker, and, you know, really been impressed that he's improved a lot in the running game. You know, he's a way better blocker than when I was with him last time, and I think he's provided some, you know, different perspective from a guy that was outside, that had been with me before, and, you know, he understands the offense really well and can kind of explain things to guys that maybe there's some kind of misunderstanding or they don't understand what I'm trying to accomplish in certain things, and he already knows. He's been through it. So, you know, it'll be, I think for him that's probably a good thing is he just needs to be a part of it. You know, he doesn't have to do anything off the charts, you know, just needs to be one of those guys that, hey, when his number's called, he makes the play. When he gets the right matchup, and he gets a one-on-one, and we got a chance in the red zone, like, make the play, get the touchdown. And I think that's what he's been working on, and, you know, the good thing is it's just another weapon for their, you know, our offense, and we'll just keep spreading the ball out and make it tough in defense.
And I didn't notice Tony Lippett out there. Can you update us?
Yeah, so Tony tore his Achilles yesterday, so he'll be having surgery. So that was obviously a little surprise yesterday, halfway through practice.
So he's pretty much shut down for the season?
Yes.
Headed to IR.
Well, I mean, the way the rules are, it won't be right away.
How does that affect, I'm sorry, how does the loss of Lippett affect the cornerback situation?
Well, anytime you lose a guy that was started every game for you last year, it's not ideal. But that's why we've collected the depth we had, and that's why we're trying to get young players to go, because this is what happens. So we have to just keep developing these young players, and that's why every year we're drafting a guy, or we're really, you know, trying to, when we get to the college free agency, we feel like we found a couple guys this year, and we just want them to keep proving it to us. And, you know, we feel like we're pretty deep there, and we just got to keep getting these guys better.
Is it fair to say Cordray Tankersley kind of moves up into Lippett's?
I don't know if we're looking at it like that. We got a lot of guys that are competing right now, so we're just going to keep looking for the best fit for us. And, you know, I like how our young guys play, and those guys just keep getting better, and we'll be in good shape.
Adam, was Tony hit, or did he step wrong, or?
He jumped up and then came down. No one touched him, and that was it.
Usually happens.
All right, guys, good?
Sucks.
Terrible.